Hello guys, hi everyone. I'm Vova, head of community at Smartcat. Welcome to this webinar where we will be talking about Smartcat referral program that is called Smartcat Wave, hence the wave image in the cover. Hi everyone, hi Marie-Claire, hi Aaron. We are running this webinar primarily on Crowdcast. If you are watching it on YouTube or on Facebook or on the forum, it's best if you click the link that says best watch on Crowdcast, in which case you will be able to ask questions, to chat among each other, and also to answer the polls as I will be posting them during the webinar. So, without further words, let me share my screen. We will be going along. Just a second. Crowdcast has changed a bit its screen share here. Its user interface, I still didn't get used to it. 1 second. Do you, Aaron? Because it feels so unfamiliar for me after half a year working with that one, but let's hope it's for the better. So what you see here is actually a snippet of our forum, and you can open it for yourself. You see the green button under the video. Hi Virginia, hi Christine. You can click it, open it in a new tab, and you will see the same things that I see now on the screen. So let me tell you a few words about what Smartcat Wave is. It is a referral program that is meant to bring your own clients to Smartcat. It is about bringing clients you already work with or that you are just starting to work with. And its conditions are as follows. You can see, first of all, I will start backwards. So you will get 2% on the orders placed by these customers on Smartcat, which means 2% is actually 20% of Smartcat revenue, because we take 10% as a commission, and 2 of this 10% will go to you. And also you will get 6% on orders placed on yourself by this invited customer, which means that you will essentially get a 4% commission out of this. If this sounds a bit complicated, let me show you a quick calculation how this works. Here you see the spreadsheet that I opened. So let's say you invited a customer, you, other freelancer, Smartcat, your referral revenue. Let's call it this way. So let's say customer pays, you want the customer to pay you $1,000. If the customer pays you $1,000, it means that actually they pay $1,100, because usually $100 would go to Smartcat. In this case, if it's a referred customer, we will only take $80. Oh no, sorry, we will take only $40, and $60 will go to you. So in the essence, you will get, instead of $1,000, you will get $1,060. If you sum these two values, you can see that it means that the actual commission the customer pays is, we divide this by that, sorry, it's by that, it is less than 4%. Just to give a clue, if you are receiving money from an international customer, say via PayPal, if you do it the legal way, then PayPal will be charging 5% on this cross-border transfer. They will be charging it to you, I think. So the customer, if they indicate it as a service payment, they pay the same amount, but PayPal withdraws 5% from this if it's a cross-border payment. If you are both inside the US, it's a different story. So it means that by using this approach, you can get money from your customers with a really low commission. Afterwards, you will be able to withdraw them from Smartcat by the means that are convenient to you. It can be either to your own PayPal or to a bank card without any commission, and also by wire transfer for large amounts. Next, let's say the same customer that you invited, they order another translation from another freelancer. So they pay 1,100, the freelancer gets 1,000, Smartcat gets 80, and you get 20. You get your revenue as a money back, which means that in the end of the month, we will sum up this amount for you, and we will pay it back to you via Smartcat the same way. So you will receive it on Smartcat balance and will be able to withdraw it as you wish. So that's basically the mechanics. Let me see if you have any questions. Okay, no questions so far. By the way, today's webinar will be a bit shorter than usual. It will be around 40 minutes because it's not such a huge topic to discuss. But anyway, if you have any clues, any questions, suggestions, and so on, feel free to ask them. Let me also see if there are any questions on YouTube or on Facebook. None so far. So the next question that you probably have is, how do you invite people? Okay, maybe the next question that you have is why you should invite people, meaning that why would they join us? So I did some interviews with you guys over the past weeks and asking what are the major obstacles of using the referral program. So one of the answers was that you do not actually understand how to explain Smartcat to your invitees and what to say to them why Smartcat is worth joining. So it depends, of course, on who you are inviting. If that's a translation agency, an LSP, then there are three main points to consider. First of all, they will be able to use Smartcat for free and in an unlimited fashion with their own translators. So an agency usually has a lot of translators. They can invite them all to their account, provided they pay to them as they had done before. They work with them using all the features of Smartcat, inviting them to the same document, which also is worth mentioning, the collaboration capabilities, and they do not pay anything for this. Then they have, it's for the first bullet, also they have an unlimited, a huge pool of translators to choose from if they work in some new language pairs, or if they have to tackle a huge project, or if they have to enter some new subject area, they can choose freelancers from the marketplace and they can test them and work with them via Smartcat by paying only Smartcat's commission. And finally, LSPs, translation agencies, can also promote their own services on the LSP marketplace. So the way we have a freelancer marketplace in which you, translators, offer your services to customers, in the same way, translation agencies can offer their services to customers. I will show you just for a moment how it looks. Let us switch to our main page. Sorry, it's in Russian. Let me switch. So if you see, there is a menu item that's called Find Freelancers, and there's also a menu item that says Find a Translation Company. So this feature is now working in beta mode, but we already have quite a few LSPs listed here. So they can list their services also here, and they will be getting orders from bigger LSPs and from end customers. Quite a few of them here. By the way, you can do it yourself if you have an LSP. That's for LSPs. We will also go a bit later to the useful links section to show some articles that you can share with them. Then next, end customers. Their main benefits of using Smartcat is that they have this marketplace of tested translators, and these translators are arranged in a way that, as you already know from our previous webinars, that the higher a translator is located in the marketplace, the more likely they are to provide quality service. So an end customer that joins Smartcat can easily use it to work directly with freelancers instead of, let's say, working with some web agencies where they do not know the names of the translators. They work with them and they work at their rates and paying only a 10% commission to us. It can mean either of two things. Either they can search for lower priced translators, thus economizing on the costs, or the better option is that they still pay the same as they usually paid to a web agency, but of this amount, they pay the most to the translator, meaning that the translation will be done on a much higher level. For instance, if on some web agencies, customers pay 12 cents to the agency, the translator only gets 8 cents. And the end customer doesn't even know who this translator is. So the translator has no motivation to work well and to work for their own name. On Smartcat, on the other hand, if they pay 12 cents to Smartcat, it means that 11 or slightly less than 11 cents goes to the translator. You can imagine that the difference between 11 and 8 cents is quite material when it comes to the quality you can provide. And finally, they can also automate their localization workflow using our API, because a lot of customers have dynamic content in their websites, and when they add some new items, it can be user articles or some sellable items, they sometimes need to translate it to another language, and they can do it all with our API. I will stop on these two categories, LSPs and end customers, and I will see if you have any questions. Seems like none. As our university professor said, if there are no questions, then either everyone understands everything or no one understands anything. So hopefully I'm still making it clear, but if anything is unclear, if you have any hesitations, please do write them somewhere. I will catch them and try to react. I will switch now to the useful links section. You can also find it from the description. It's in the end of the list. I will be updating, by the way, this whole section on the community website. Save it to your bookmarks or just follow it by clicking here, so you can stay updated of anything new that is related to referrals. So for LSPs, a good article to share is the recently published Slater article about an SDL ex-executive vice president launching a translation agency and choosing Smartcat. So in case you didn't know, SDL are the guys who make trade-offs. So everything this guy did before, he did on trade-offs. And now that he founded his own agency, his words are, one of the things I set out for myself was to de-SDL how I look at translation. So after taking a look at the different options like Smartcat, MateCat, and WordB, he opted for Smartcat. And you can share these articles directly, especially if the customer you are going to invite, an LSP, says like, okay, we are doing everything in Trados, we do not need it, Trados is the industry standard, and so on and so forth, what we hear every now and then. Now we have an iron argument for them that even guys who leave SDL, they choose Smartcat. You can see the quote I provided here. So it underlines the things that I have already said, that Smartcat was the easiest way to get up and running, which it is because you do not need to invest anything to start working on Smartcat. And he also said that it solves the problem of making small payments to linguists in multiple countries, because Smartcat manages this all by being a central hub in the payment infrastructure. So even if your customer has 100 translators to pay to, provided they do it on Smartcat, they just pay once to Smartcat, and we then distribute the payments as needed to freelancers. For end customers, a good article to share is the Weebly case study. Weebly is a website. Let me open it here. Oops, not correct. Is a platform that allows people to build their own websites, and they provide it in 13 languages, maybe more already, and they translated them all with Smartcat, building Smartcat inside their localization workflow. So you can see the different languages here. I see only 8, but maybe there are some inside sections and so on. So you can first of all show them the Weebly website, and then you can also share this article from our blog that highlights the ideas I expressed already. Sharing an article is always a good idea because it's not like you are selling something yourself. For freelancers, I see also a question from Aaron Campos. My question is mostly related about invitations for new freelancers, but I believe you'll get there. Yep. Actually, when we simplified this referral system, the first thing we did was removing incentives to invite freelancers. Let me explain, because of course, the usual referral system works the way that if you invite someone and they pay, you receive your referral revenue. But on Smartcat, freelancers can work absolutely for free. That's why it's hard to think of a use case when a freelancer will be paying something that we will be able to pay back to you. But nevertheless, after some thinking, we created this limited offer that you will get $10 for each onboarded freelancer. Onboarded means a freelancer who translates more than 10,000 words within 1 month. It is time limited for 1 month from now, so you must invite them within that time frame, and we will only apply it to the first 50 freelancers who reach the goal. If it works successfully, we will prolong it. By successfully, I mean the following. It is easy to invite someone and make them translate 10,000 words and then just leave. It's not something we want. We do not want this referral program to act this way. We want natural, organic onboarded users. When someone actually joins and they start getting into that Smartcat thing, they start understanding it, and once they translate 10,000 words, they stay with us. Maybe later they join the referral program themselves, they start inviting their customers, and so on. That's what's interesting for us. So when you invite a freelancer, it's the best not to tell them, hey, translate 10,000 words and then let's split this $10 between us. It's the best to tell them why you think Smartcat is a good choice. And here I could provide you with some ideas why Smartcat is a good choice, and you have seen my webinars. You can watch them once again. But I think if you went that far to viewing this webinar, it means that you already know how Smartcat is useful for freelancers. We have our record-keeping freelancer, Paz Sepulveda. Paz, are you with us? So Paz invited the most freelancers during the first month, and she wrote a forum post about how she achieved this. So in this article that's called Explaining Smartcat to Invitees. Sorry, my computer is being a bit slow. I hope you still can see me, at least. So there's a link inside where Paz explains how she achieved this, what words she said. Mostly it's based about Smartcats being free and being easy to use cat tool that they can use for their own projects. Somehow, yeah, okay, now it started working, it seems. Here you can see the link, that was shared, and you can read through it and see how you can explain Smartcat to a freelancer. Nevertheless, now that we talked about this, I want to explain the mechanics of how referrals work and how you can actually invite people. So the first thing you should do is sign up with the forum, with the community website. You go to community.smartcat.ai. Here there will be a button called sign up. If you aren't already there, you sign up, and then you go to content, articles, and inside Smartcat Wave. It will already have this link, which is called your Wave link. So actually, the easiest way to invite someone to Smartcat is just to copy this link and share it with them. Of course, it makes sense to explain to them that it is a referral deal, that you will be getting something out of it, because people don't like when they are, well, something is done behind their backs. But anyway, usually it's pretty okay. We all have software we love and we all share it, and sometimes we do it with an affiliate or a referral link, which I think is quite fine. That's the one way. It's the most useful if you are active in the social sphere. If you, for instance, have a blog where you can write a review about Smartcat and include your referral link, or if you are active in some Facebook groups, in which case you can share this link. If you are in some groups and someone asks for an advice about a cat tool, you can say that you use Smartcat and share this link while mentioning that it's a referral link. And the like. So this way works best with public sharing, but you can of course share it directly with someone. Another way to do this is using the invitation form. So to submit an invitation, you just go to community.smartcat.ai/invitations, and you click Add New Invitation. And fill out this form. So what you should indicate? It's the email of the person you're going to invite, maybe a project manager of a translation agency or a CEO of a company, whatever. Then you share the name of the invitee. First include the first name, then the last name. So if their name is John Doe, then write John Doe, not the other way around, because we will use this in the invitation letter. I will tell about this a bit later. Then indicate their company name. If it's a freelancer, then you can leave it empty. And finally, indicate if they are a direct client, a translation agency, or a freelancer. You can also include a personal message like saying, I think Smartcat is a great way to, and so on. If you leave it empty, it's fine. So once you submit this invitation, we will get it in our books. And what we will do is create an automated message that will look somehow like this. So it will look like this. Dear John, Mary, meaning you, with a link to your forum profile, invites you to join Smartcat, a platform that connects translation customers and suppliers. Here's what you can do with Smartcat. The following text will be created by ourselves as a bullet list based on the type of the invite. If it's an end customer, then we will include one bullet list. If it's a translation agency, we will include another bullet list. Then if you left a personal message, we will include it. If not, then we will just keep this whole passage, so you can leave it empty. And then there will be the Join Smartcat button. When the invitee clicks this button, it already includes your referral link. So if they join afterwards, then they will be treated as your invitee with all the consequences. And it's important to know that even if someone opens a link, then leaves the page, next time they might open it with just smartcat.ai without any referral tags. Their browser will still keep the information in the cache and when they join, they will be anyway treated as your invitee. So this way, by using an invitation form, it allows you to not to sound salesy, because I've heard from people that they think that sharing a link, especially a referral link, makes them sound like they are trying to push something which they didn't want. Using this invitation form, on the other hand, it's a very simple way. It doesn't say that you are asking them to do this. It's just that you are suggesting that something can be useful to them. It works the same way on almost any other platform. If you are on LinkedIn, for example, or Facebook, you also can invite someone to LinkedIn or Facebook, although it's hard to imagine someone who is not on Facebook or LinkedIn these days. But anyway, you enter their emails and they receive a message saying that someone invites them to join LinkedIn or Facebook. It works the same way here. What's the best with this approach is that you do not have to spend a lot of time coming up with some explanations and passing the psychological barrier to approach someone. You just fill in the form and we do the rest while you still keep your referral revenue with you. That's it. That's how you use it this way. Let me see if you have any other questions. Aaron asks, I've asked, you had a friend that participated in the last Senior Blitz, but he hasn't managed to pass. Would it be okay to send this invitation? Usually not. I mean, if he already participated in this Blitz, it means that they already signed up with Smartcat. But if you invited them for this Blitz without using your Wave link, then we can, I guess, do a manual adjustment. So you just send me his name and some kind of proof of invitation of something. I don't know, if you send it via chat, then a screenshot of a chat window or something. Actually, this may work for all of you. He invited you. Okay, then I guess it can work the other way around. If you joined, you write to me saying what his name was, and I will also bring it to the books. So yes, also it just occurred to my mind, if you have someone who joined on your referral, or if you joined on someone's referral starting July, because it's when, or June, anyway, in the last few months, because it's when we started this Wave program, then just send me via forum or via email information about if you invited them, then send some kind of proof of invitation so that we can see that, yes, you invited them. Or if it's them who invited you, then just indicate their email so we can look in our books. And in this case, we will also treat them as your invitees, or the other way around. So that's basically it. I thought there would be questions. Let me see if there are any. Not right now. Then let me then create a short poll, and I will ask you, give me that I'm typing as I speak. Do you think you will use the referral program to invite someone? Yes, I will invite a customer. Yes, I will invite a colleague. And I don't think so. So if you're on Crowdcast, then please go to the polls tab and choose one of the answers. I want to know how effective was my speech today and the referral program as such. If, okay, while you're answering, I will create another question. If no, why not? So can you just quickly in the chat write to me if you have some hesitations, if you hesitate to use Smartcat, especially to invite a customer? Can you write in the chat window why it is so I can include these options in the poll and we will make some voting. So looking forward to what you say. For the time being, I will write some options by myself. It's hard to explain benefits of Smartcat. If you could invite both a colleague and a customer, then in the poll answer, I will invite a customer because that's the most important option for us. It's incentives are not motivating enough. What other options can we see? Oh, you can double vote. I thought you could. Anyway, what other things I heard so far? For example, I will feel like I'm selling something. Okay, let's include just 3. I will also include other. So there's another question in the polls. Can you please open? There is almost 20 people in the room right now. Please don't hesitate to go to the polls tab on the left and vote for some of the answers. It will help us a lot. It will help me a lot. And hopefully it will help you as well. Okay, I will then go one by one through these options. I've heard from people why they don't like the idea of referring. So the first one was that they find it hard to explain the benefits of Smartcat. If this is the case for you, then please follow this forum topic that I just shared with you, because I will be including more there, and you can already see this link explaining Smartcat to invitees. If you still have some questions left, maybe after this webinar, please ask them so I can explain it better. The second one, the incentives are not motivating enough, which means that you don't think that 2% could be a huge amount. In such a case, just think about it, that even if an invited customer does, for instance, several $1,000s a month on Smartcat, which is not a huge amount for an LSP or for an end customer. I have several such customers who do these amounts. In this case, you will be getting, for instance, from $5,000, you would be getting $100 a month just because you invited them. Of course, Tatiana, yes, the Wave link is the referral link that you should send to your customers or colleagues and so on. That's how it works. If they join after it, then they will be treated as your invitees. So I think that especially with this double percentage, this percentage is quite motivating. You can get a good additional revenue for just inviting someone, because as translators, you work with a lot of customers. Some of you work with direct customers, some of you work with agencies. In most of these cases, you will win yourself, you will let the agency win, which will make them like you even better, and you will make us win. So it will be a triple win for us if you invite them to Smartcat. It's easy to do, especially using the invitation form. And finally, there is this reason that you will feel like you are selling something. I have never experienced this. I have referred Smartcat to all of my customers, and I have never had any negative feedback from them for doing so. Moreover, with some of them, I have expanded my business big time. For instance, I had 2 or 3 customers that I worked only as a Russian to English, English to Russian translator. And now with all 3 of them, we are doing new projects in 20 language pairs with one of them and 3 language pairs with the other of them. And I could do this only because I had Smartcat, and I am working as a project manager for them now, taking a percentage on every order they place. That's another story, which is called being a smart agent. You can also search our forum for it. But what I mean is that you will not lose this customer if you refer them to Smartcat. Quite on the contrary, you will most likely win them even more. For some reason, you guys don't want to vote. But anyway, I think that's what I wanted to explain today. I hope it was clear enough. If you have any other questions about this program, then please stop by community.smartcat.ai and ask, and I will gladly answer. I'm looking forward to your invitations and referrals. That's basically it. Also, if you are in Argentina, we're having a meetup tomorrow, which you can also find more information about on the community website. So that's it. Thanks for coming. Next week, we will have some other webinar for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you online. Have a great day, evening, and so forth. And bye-bye, and ta-ta. Bye.